Radical left-wing mob targeting our own Tucker Carlson. An angry group of criminal Antifa protesters showed up outside his home last night, the crowd chanting threats against him and his family. They vandalized his property. Tucker wasn't home at the time, but his wife was when the group started banging on his front door. She hid in the pantry, called 911, thinking that she was about to be a victim of a home invasion. D.C. police are now investigating the incident as a hate crime. Dana, there are a lot more details in this. Apparently, there was one protester caught mentioning a pipe bomb among the other details, and the front door being broken.
Well, having known, a lot of us, all of us know Tucker and Susie, who is one of the most wonderful women. To imagine, in your mind's eye, what it was like for her, how scary that might have been. And to hide in your home and to not know what was happening. And I understand that his brother was there pretty quickly. These people are such cowards. It is, it's distressing. And I know that if it was the other way around, that if somebody on the left that had a talk show had this happen to them at their house, Tucker Carlson would be the first to defend them and to defend them strongly, and hopefully other people will. I do want to mention that Fox News, the CEO, Suzanne Scott, and the president, Jay Wallace, had put out a statement saying how reprehensible it was and that we as a nation have become far too intolerant of different points of view, and that recent events across our country clearly highlight the need for a more civil, respectful, and inclusive national conversation. And they say also that those of us in the media and in politics bear a special obligation to all Americans to find common ground. That was their statement today.
How do you put a stop to it, though?
Well, I think it was Kilmeade, as his book got knocked off by. Here's the thing: you can't tell your followers to confront people and get in their faces. I am glad that other talk show hosts actually have come out and said this is bad. But I do think one way to tamp down all of this is for everybody to put politics back in the box where it belongs. We are letting people dictate where politics can go, to restaurants, to entertainment, movies, television. The one thing is I can say that, and Juan and I can agree, politics is not part of your family. It's not part of this. But the people in the street that were at Tucker's house, they're never going to listen to us because they don't have a life. Their life is this. Their life is antagonism. So we can say we got to tamp this down and be calm, but it's going to fall on deaf ears. Sadly.
I think a lot of it is rage, and so people get incited and they decide they're going to take it in their own hands. And so even though we may be having a legitimate argument or debate here on Fox or any cable station, I think there are people who then get over themselves, overly excited, and then become threatening and think it's legitimate to go to someone's house. Well, how illegitimate, how ineffective. In fact, it has the contrary effect. I think it gives people who support whatever you don't like about what Tucker is saying, it gives them ammunition then to redouble and to feel some moral superiority to you as the protester. And I think it's so key that other people in our business have rallied to Tucker's side. And remember, not everybody agrees with Tucker, but here, keep this in mind. Don Lemon, someone was arrested, an Arkansas man, for dozens of threats against Don Lemon. Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson couldn't be more opposite on issues like diversity and immigration. But what do you see? Now they have something in common, which is common indecency of people threatening you because you're on television making a statement. By the way, I get this. I tell you, I don't like death threats, and I've seen them from both sides. I don't like it. I don't like being trolled. I don't like being attacked. My books, my writing, I can't stand it. But I just think this is where we have gone as a country. And this moment with Tucker is a moment that we need to seriously absorb and know that this is the time to stop, especially before we get into the 2020 cycle.
Well, Hillary said the resistance would stop being so uncivil once they won the House. I guess these people never got that memo. There's two things going on here. One, the state of activism in America today, there's no huge civil rights struggle. There's no draft. There's nothing that threatening going on in American society. The economy's humming. So the people that have that resistance in their blood, those people that are born to march the streets, what are they marching for? What are they marching against? They really don't have anything.
Against a talk show host.
Think about it. We love Tucker. Very talented guy. He is a talk show host on cable. He is not the leader of a mass armed resistance that's taking away everybody's rights. So let's just put it in perspective. The other thing going on here is this. When you're surrounding someone's homes, you've lost the intellectual argument. Tucker Carlson makes pretty well thought out intellectual arguments about immigration, about tearing down monuments, about trade, political correctness, and he does it in a very thoughtful way. The people that disagree with him can't make that intellectual argument. So what they do, they're reduced to surrounding his house and chanting. And that is so uncivilized in this country. We don't live in the dark ages where you rush a house with a pitchfork. These people should man up, stop being such infantile
They should be
people.
arrested, too.
And actually, if you disagree with someone, there's avenues and institutions in this country where you could get heard.
Dana made the point. You arrest them, you charge them, and you throw them in prison, period. And by the way, Kilmeade, he's hosting Carlson tonight.
I know.
But
Ooh,
Tucker,
do you think that was a coincidence?
Tucker, to be clear, Tucker had a scheduled evening off.
Yes.
He's going to be calling in. So I've been told.
Excellent.
So you must tune in.